Hi you guys, my name is Mackenzie. I am 29 weeks pregnant with twin baby boys, and here are 5 things that I wish I knew before going through my pregnancy journey that no one told me. If you are someone who just found out that you're pregnant with twins, this video is exactly for you because I learned a lot on the way that no one tells you. And these things are kind of important and kind of surprising for your pregnancy journey because it is way different than having a singleton baby. So I want to tell you my experiences so that you can be prepared. Okay, number 1 on my list is that if you are pregnant with twins, there is a really good chance that you could be completely booked with appointments for the next 9 months. But there's a catch to this. There are multiple kinds of twins that I personally did not know about until I became pregnant with twins. The first kind of twins, which is the low risk kind, is called di-di or DD. I don't really know how to say it. That is fraternal twins. That means that when a mom is conceiving, she drops 2 eggs and they both get fertilized. That is completely different than the type of twins that have so many appointments that I'm about to talk about. Those sets of twins have their own separate placenta and sac, so it's really just like having 2 completely separate babies in there. But the 2 other kinds of twins are very different, and these are identical twins. There are 2 different kinds of identical twins, which I did not know, again, before I became pregnant. The kind of twins that I'm pregnant with and the lesser risk kind of twins is called mono D, which means that there is 1 placenta that the babies share, but they're each in their own amniotic sac. You are gonna have multiple appointments if you have this kind of twin. If you are pregnant with these kinds of twins, which they could probably tell you about pretty early on, they guessed this at 10 weeks for me and then they just confirmed it later on, you're gonna have appointments every 2 weeks or more. And that means ultrasounds, prenatal visits with your doctor, and you could just have more potential complications. The third kind of twin is called Momo, which is the most high risk kind. I am not pregnant with Momo twins, and I actually personally don't know anyone who is. These are more high risk because the babies share a placenta and they're in the same amniotic sac. So that means that there is so much potential for differences in what the babies are getting. So you really have to have extra monitoring for these. Personally for me, I have the middle set, mono D, and my boys require us to go to Seattle every single month to get really good ultrasounds done to make sure that there is no signs of TTTS or any kind of like complications due to lack of sharing equally. So far, we have had just 1 tiny scare, but nothing that we're freaking out about yet. And that just is because one baby has more fluid than the other. So depending on which kind of twins you are pregnant with, you could have so many appointments or you could have like a normal amount of appointments. So we'll just have to see. I am finally getting to the point where, at 29 weeks, I am really sick of going all the way over to Seattle, which is 2.5 hours away, each month for appointments. It's just a lot. There's a lot of like hour-long appointments, 1.5 hour long appointments where you're just kind of sitting there. Of course, it's such a blessing to like see the babies all the time, but it is a lot of patience. And if you are pregnant, laying on your back starts to get really uncomfortable. So you have to lay there in different positions and you just feel big and you feel uncomfortable laying there for those appointments. And if you're like me, maybe you get extra emotional, like cry at like every single ultrasound. I feel like I don't know, it's just the ultrasounds can be a lot even though they are such a blessing. The second thing to know if you are pregnant with twins is that you might need more vitamins and supplements. And this kind of goes along with every pregnancy, but specifically for twin pregnancies, they have given me a couple more vitamin recommendations. So I feel like I take a crap ton of supplements every single night. About halfway through my pregnancy, they told me that I should be taking not only a prenatal, but a separate dose of folic acid because when you have 2 babies, you just need more. Your symptoms can also get worse with twins because you have double the hormones in your body. So my restless leg is really, really bad. But really the only thing to do to take away that discomfort is to try different vitamins and try to see which ones help. So I'm taking like vitamin C, I'm taking iron, I'm taking magnesium. Some of those things I've already been taking, but I'm just taking more. And I also am taking baby aspirin because my blood pressure has been a little bit high. And if you didn't know, if you're pregnant with twins, your risk for preeclampsia is higher. So I'm really watching my blood pressure and making sure that I keep it nice and low with taking that baby aspirin. Obviously, do not take anything without your doctor's recommendation, but this is just something that is good to know and good to ask about. Number 3, this one's not so serious, but if you are pregnant with twins and it is your first pregnancy, your belly is probably gonna pop very shockingly. If it's your first pregnancy, you might not pop until like 19 weeks. Like I didn't really show until I was 19 or 20 weeks, which is very normal for first pregnancies. But then after that, it seems like every week I'm like so much bigger and people are noticing. If you were waiting for your bump to develop, don't worry, it is coming. Number 4, like I mentioned earlier, is that your symptoms for pregnancy might just be a little bit worse or heightened. Something that I learned kind of early on in my pregnancy is that when you're pregnant with twins, you are going to appear as if you are full term with a singleton when you enter your 3rd trimester. So right now I could have like a full grown baby in there if it was just 1, but since I have 2, they're not full grown, so I still have a lot of growing to do. Because of that, my back pain is gonna be worse than a singleton mother probably. My swelling in my ankles is probably gonna be worse. Heartburn, acid reflux is probably gonna be worse. Nausea was horrible in 1st trimester, so bad. I do know some twin moms who really didn't have like any extreme symptoms, but for me, I did, and the nausea was really, really bad. I also have pretty strong food aversions, and my sense of smell is still like so strong, and I hope that that goes away because it's really annoying. Number 5, this one is not super important either, but something that surprised me is just how hungry you are, especially in the 1st trimester. The reason that I had like an inkling that I had twins is because I was so hungry, and I was like also throwing up at the same time and feeling super nauseous. So the fact that I was like extremely hungry was like, that's a little bit weird because I just want to throw everything up, but I was like hungrier than normal. I would wake up ravenous even though I would throw up like most mornings. So that was just a weird part of it. I really feel like I covered a good portion of things that shocked me throughout my twin pregnancies. If you are pregnant with twins, please tell me in the comments down below what kind of twins you're pregnant with, how your symptoms are, and if any of these things surprised you. Hopefully I will come back with another video really soon. I'm hoping to make more really fast. I'll talk to you guys later.